The War Games match. Now, let me say, you hear a lot of people saying like, "Oh, well, this War Games or these War Games matches are there's nothing special about these. These are just like the other ones we've seen." Well, guess what? I truly have not been watching NXT over the last 3 or 4 years. I stopped watching NXT right around the time that Balor and Enzo and Cass actually got called up. Right around that time, old Black and Gold shit, pre War Games, and War Games. Obviously, I'm familiar with from my childhood, watching them do it in the early '90s, late '80s. Those matches, Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen, things like that, WCW. But I haven't seen War Games in a very long time. So what I saw tonight was very impressive because I wasn't judging it from the aspect of, oh, well, they did this on NXT or, oh, they did this over here. I just thought it was great. I'm looking forward to seeing what can happen next year. So I am definitely a fan of the War Games match, the whole gimmick. It's just it's pretty cool. You got to learn the rules and figure out how it all works, but once it gets going, it's pretty awesome for sure. So we get Becky Lynch coming out first. Everyone slowly comes out. Bianca comes out. Bianca will start the match. She's going to lead the charge into it. Nikki Cross gets on top of the cage. She is playing her old role so well. For those who haven't seen her as Nikki Cross and you only know her as Nikki ASH, this is how she was back in NXT. I do know that much, and I'm glad they're bringing that back. Um, Damage Control comes out. Dakota Kai will start the match with Bianca. I feel so bad. I was on my SmackDown review. I couldn't really get Dakota's name out. I don't know why I was confusing her with like Kairi saying some random shit. My apologies, Dakota Kai. Because boy, let me tell you, in this match tonight, you deserve man. You deserve some reprieve. Someone twist her up some gas, get her a cold beverage. Someone give her a massage. She took all the bumps tonight, including that finishing bump, which was insane. So Dakota definitely put in work tonight. Um, she has, that kick in the corner she has that looks super, super great on Bianca. They go in, they start doing their thing. The camera angle they had when she did that kick to Bianca's face was great. They had the camera right outside the cage. We get Bianca tossing her into the cage until eventually Io comes in. Io does this awesome missile drop kick. I've been very impressed with Io Sky. Like she's so good at what she does, and it just her style, the way her facial expressions, even her attitude during her entrance. You know what I'm saying? Like she definitely has it down packed. So shouts out Io. Um, we get Asuka coming in afterwards. Bianca and Asuka go wild on them for a little bit. Eventually, we get Nikki Cross coming in. She comes in and throws all the weapons in. I'm talking about kendo sticks and trash can tops. Just throws a whole bunch of them into the ring. They all go wild. Alexa finally comes in and almost gets tripped up by a camera angle by the camera guy. She looked back at him like, motherfucker, we gotta watch out, bro. I'm a professional. But she go in and do her thing. She gets a nice drop kick into the can, at the top of the can. Eventually, while this is going on, Nikki climbed up to the top, as Damage Control was hitting Bianca with kendo sticks. And Nikki just up there just kicking it, just watching everyone go crazy and fight and shit. Eventually, Nikki jumps off the motherfucking cage, jump off the top of the cage onto everyone. It hits a hard landing too, but it was the first big spot of the night for sure. We get Bailey coming out and puts the ladder in and the table in the ring. They put Bianca with the table in between the rings. They pin her in there. You know, Eventually Mia Yim Meechin comes in, throws all the cans in there. Everyone pairs off, starts fighting. They build to a fall where everyone's up there and they're doing this like consecutive superplex thing where there was like four superplexes back to back. Pretty cool. Um, you know, Eventually Rhea comes in, ready to rock shit out. By now it's just fucking pandemonium. It's insane. The whole match is just they're just everyone's spot here, spot there, boom, 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 boom. I cannot do it justice. There's no way I'll be able to recap it all. Um, Eventually, Io's she's gonna do a springboard or something. She's running back and forth like 7 times just to hit a drop kick. It was just crazy. Eventually, Becky comes in and the match officially starts. We get the ding, 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 and you get the War Games. The match is officially started. Something like that. You know. The announcer was doing her best announcer growl there. The War Games. Becky goes wild when she comes in. She faces off with Bailey. And think about it, that's one of the main like four horsemen like beefs we haven't truly seen. And even every like feud that Bailey had when she was the hugging Bailey was cool, but to see him all revisited now with Bailey's new attitude is just great. I love Bailey right now; she's the best. Um, eventually, Becky faces off with Rhea, and they're going at it back and forth, boom, 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 and then eventually she switches over and Oscar pop it up. Oscar hits it with the poison mist goes in Rhea's face. She's blinded. She goes down. She goes down. While this is going on, there's some more melee going on. Io climbs to the top of this cage, and I've been told she does this every War Games, but I was looking forward to it. The over the moonsault, as they call it, off the top of the cage into all the girls. That's the second high spot of the night. Once with Nikki Cross, now Io Sky jumping to the sky with a moonsault. That looked great, for sure. Eventually we get a spot where Nikki handcuffs Alexa, and then they have this weird like try to like exchange where they're trying to like fight each other, and then Alexa eventually handcuffs herself. It looks weird because Alexa's wrist is so tiny she could pull her hand right out. The whole thing clearly didn't go the way I was supposed to, but whatever. She eventually puts her in an electric chair drop and drops Nikki onto the back of a can, but really she hit most of the can. I don't know. We get Rhea with Mia on her shoulders, runs in, puts her through a ladder. Right, a ladder. It's going down. Becky and Bianca are on the other ring. They eventually go crazy on damage control. We get 2 KODs. Two counts. Eventually, the ending spot. And boy, let me tell you, this is crazy. Of course, Becky. Man, Becky's fucking cheese, bro. She gets 2 tables, puts Io and Dakota on both the tables. She climbs to the top of the cage. This is the 3rd jump from the top of the cage in one match, guys. These girls were not fucking playing. And Becky jumps off and does the leg drop onto both of them. And boy, her like thigh ass area just boom landed all in Dakota. She tucked that shit. Man, it was crazy. And as this is going on, Bianca threw Bailey into the cage with a KOD. Becky rolls over from the leg drop, pins Dakota, 1, 2, 3. And let me tell you, for that to be my first War Games match to watch all the way through, I thought it was impressive. I thought the girls, it was really cool to see how well they all meshed and how they all did their things. And it was just, you got to go back and watch it. Especially if you're a fan of women's wrestling, please. This is just, they went all out, left it all out there. So definitely a good start to the pay-per-view. And I was interested in what was to come.